Hello and welcome to Bethlehem Corner. My name is Janine Santoro and I currently serve the City of Bethlehem as the Director of Equity and Inclusion. Today, in celebrating Women's History Month, we are talking to Chief Michelle Kott, Bethlehem's first female Chief of Police. Thanks for joining us. On October 7th, 2020, you were officially sworn in as Bethlehem's first female Chief of Police at the recommendation of our previous Mayor, Mayor Donchez, and you were supported by a unanimous vote from City Council. Can you tell us a little bit about what it felt like to make history that day, and who are some of the women in your life that inspired you to get where you are?
Absolutely earth-shattering in a good way. I am so lucky and blessed to be in this position and to have the support of the mayor, council, the community, the department in leading us during this current time. And I've just really was looking forward to rolling up my sleeves, getting to work, and doing the best I can to better our department and our community. Some of the women that have been inspirational to me, easily right off the top of my head, my grandmother. My grandmother was my strength. She was the bravest, most outspoken woman I have ever met. The matriarch of our family. No was never an answer for her. And ever since I was little, she encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone, to be the best that I could be, to never take second place to anyone.
You first joined the Bethlehem Police Department in 2004. What are some of the biggest changes you've seen here in the department in regards to women over your time here?
In 2004, I joined a force that technically had 3 females. Throughout time, there were retirements, and eventually I ended up being the only female. For a short period of time, we would always joke that I would turn the women's locker room into my own lounge, put up a Space Invaders game or Mrs. Pac-Man in there. But in 2008, we began hiring again, and we picked up 2 of our officers, Officer Martin and Officer Schock, who brought our number up to 3, and we've been increasing ever since. And currently we have 9 female officers. It's getting a little tight in that locker room, but it's a great problem to have, knowing that our police department represents our community.
Absolutely. And so what are your greatest hopes as the Chief of Police, and what are some of your biggest challenges that you expect your department's going to face under your leadership?
My biggest hopes piggybacks off of some of the challenges that we're facing currently in our country when it comes to the lack of trust that is occurring between different communities that have been marginalized or victimized, and their lack of trust with law enforcement. Now, even though there's a lot of issues on a national level, the Bethlehem Police Department has always done a good job of getting out into the community. But I will not settle with just a good job. I want us to be out there building relationships with our community members, allowing them to get to know us, and allowing our officers to be able to participate in non-enforcement settings with our community members, so we are all working together towards the betterment quality of life for all members of our community. So building that trust and really continuing to have the Bethlehem Police Department lead from out in front, to be an example to other law enforcement agencies as to the cooperation between city departments and the cooperation between the police department and members of the community.
And you've been serving as chief for about 1.5 years now. Even though we've made strides with more women joining law enforcement, what is some advice you would give to other women that are seeking to join the force, or advice that you wish someone might have given you as the first female chief of police?
You're going to have a thick skin, regardless of if you're going into law enforcement or any industry. But do not be deterred. Go at it. Never, ever compromise your goals and your dreams. Always go for it. Put 110% into it. There are so many other people out there that are in that same boat and support you. And remember that this world is what you make it.
What would you say would be a way for us to make specifically City Hall a place of belonging for everyone that tries to join, especially women, especially people that would be considered minorities? What do you think are some tangible things that we could do to really make this place more of a place of belonging? Belonging
is so incredibly important, and something that jumps right off the top of my head is a lot of times, we have restrooms here at City Hall, but what do we do for nursing mothers? We had an officer not too long ago that was out on maternity leave. She returned, and we were scrambling to try to figure out what to do if she was going to pump and store the milk for her child. So that was a situation that we came upon that shouldn't be a curveball that's thrown at the last minute. There should be some type of policies or space in place already where if a mother is put in that situation, it doesn't have to come down to a hard, it's either going to be this way or that way answer or direction. Another thing is representation. I think it's important as we're out recruiting that we recruit people that mirror our community. That helps with belonging as well. And there are probably so many other things, but those are the two that pop out.
Chief Kott, we're so grateful that you were able to spend time with us today, and we just congratulate you once again for being our first female chief of police and for setting the standard for so many that are going to come after you. So thank you so much.
Thank you.